Meredith, and I'm 9. And and this is the thingy, the emoji that I'm going to put in the time capsule box.
And what do you want to say to your future self?
I want to say, hi, how are you doing?
Got any good advice for your future self?
Stay positive.
Anything else?
No?
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a nurse in the NICU.
Perfect. Thank you, Miss Meredith.
It does not look as pictures inside of it. It does not look, though.
And so that's your dad's old phone?
Yeah, it's not a great one, though.
Oh, okay.
It's cracked, though.
That's all right. So, Connor, what do you want to say to the future Connor, maybe 20-year-old Connor? Any advice you want to give him?
No.
You don't want to say, Meredith had some great advice, stay positive.
Okay.
What about some advice for the Hawks?
Yes, Hawks.
Yeah, there you go.
Go, Hawks.
Good job. Connor, how old are you?
16.
Good deal. Okay, go.
This is a Shopkin shop.
And what's your name and how old are you?
I'm Olivia and I'm 10 years old.
So, Olivia, what kind of advice or what would you want to say to the future Olivia?
Stay cute.
Stay cute? Good deal. Thank you. Go. Tell us your name.
My name is Alex.
And what did you bring?
I brought a fingerling.
Awesome. So, Alex, what would you want to say to your future self?
Stay cool.
Stay cool? All righty. How old are you now?
8.
8 years old. All right. Stay cool, Alex. Go.
My name is Luke, and I am 11-year-old, and this is a fidget spinner.
And so what would you want to say to your future self, Luke?
How long can you keep it spinning?
How long can you keep it spinning?
I don't know, just as long as I want to.
Okay. Any advice for your future self?
I don't know. Maybe 9, I don't know what.
Okie doke. Thank you. And go.
This thing is meant to go on the floor. It's on a wooden floor, but you can push it around.
What is it?
I think it's called it's a Hot Wheels car.
A Hot Wheels car.
Yeah.
So now what's your name and how old are you?
My name is Drew and I'm 11.
What do you want to say to the future Drew?
Oh no.
You don't know? Stay cool, like Alex said? Hang on 1 second. Sounds good. Okay, now go.
Hello, my name is Axel, and I brought a Star Wars action figure.
How old are you, Axel?
8.
So what advice do you want to give for your future Axel?
Stay cool.
Stay cool? Which figure did you bring? Which character?
Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker. Sounds good. Thank you. Go.
Hi, my name is Tree, and I bring a Pokemon card, and I play my brother with Pokemon card, and I'm 9 years old.
Uh-huh.
And
what would you say to your future self, Tree?
Play Pokemon.
Play Pokemon? Okay.
Card.
Sounds good. Thank you. And you're on.
This is my minion that I got from McDonald's.
And what's your name?
Juliet,
How old are you, Juliet?
7 years old.
You're 7. So what do you want to do when you grow up?
I don't know.
Meredith wants to be a nurse. Can you think of anything like that you might want to be?
Vet.
A vet? That's wonderful. Thank you. And you're on.
This is a nutcracker. I like nutcrackers.
Wonderful. What's your name?
I'm Lizzie.
You're Lizzie, and how old are you?
I'm 18.
Yeah, I should. I'm sorry.
I'm 18.
You're 18? What do you want to do? How do you see your future?
Decent.
would you like to give some advice to your future self?
Don't do what you usually do.
Oh, sounds good. Thank you. Okay. So what is your name?
Esme,
How old are you, Esme?
15.
And what did you bring?
Brought a pop of Forest Wolf from the Indian Ink Machine.
Oh, really? What does he do? He's just a figurine?
Yeah, it's just a little.
That's awesome. So now, what advice would you give the future Esme?
Things do get better.
And what would you like to do?
Something with art.
I thought as much. Thank you. Great, you're on.
Okay, I got a journal, and I got it because it's cute, and I love writing, and when I grow up, I want to be a librarian, and you do writing with it.
Wonderful. Now tell us who you are and how
I'm
old
Jessica,
you are.
and I'm 16,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, that's it.
What advice would you give the future Jessica?
Read more.
Read more. Great advice. Thank you. And go.
Hi, my name is Natalie. I'm 17 years old, and I brought my magic band from when we went to Disney this year with the high school class. I brought it because it has, I just realized that how precious and how wonderful it is to go and have adventures with your friends outside of school.
That's very good. Now, what do you want to do when you get older?
I want to start my own archery business.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And you're on. So tell me your name and how old you are.
I'm Will Harnsworth and I'm 15.
You're 15? Okay, so what you got there, Will?
This is a Lego.
Wait, not me.
It's a TIE fighter, and it's from Star Wars, The Last Jedi.
Okay, hold it up so I can see it good. Oh, that's awesome. So, Will, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I either want to be a lawyer or someone who builds stuff.
A contractor?
Yeah.
What advice would you give to your future self?
I guess just follow your dreams.
Perfect. That's wonderful. Okay, go.
My name is Sean, and I am 10 years old.
So what would you put in the time capsule?
Some Lego people.
Lego people?
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to write a letter and give the future Sean some advice, what would you say?
These Lego people,
what advice would you give your future self as far as in college? Would you say be positive, work hard, something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you want to be when you grow up?
NASCAR driver.
Ooh, wow. Good deal. Who's your favorite NASCAR driver right now?
I forgot his name.
Good deal. Tell us your name and how old you are.
My name is Sawyer Stewart. I am 17. This is a Metro card. It's gonna go in the time capsule. Number 7 is doing some advice I would give myself for the future. Is don't be afraid to do what you love and to always stay fearless. And then there's one thing. What else was I supposed to say? And I want to be a hunting guide when I grow up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your name and how old you are?
Yep.
My name is Roberto, and I'm 11 years old.
Okay.
This is a bird slingshot.
Hold it up so I can see it, Roberto. Awesome.
This I got from my uncle's house, and it's been in good use. It has the shape of a bird, so it's like since I said it's like a bird slingshot, it's kind of cracked a little right here, so I have to tape it. But this will be going in the time capsule.
Okay.
And it's gonna be pretty much good use.
Right. So now what would you like to say to your future self? What advice would you give yourself 10 years from now?
I would give advice to not to break stuff.
Not to break stuff? Okay. What do you want to be when you grow up?
A librarian.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Roberta. What's your name and how old you are?
My name is Shabby Benz, and I am 12, and this is my favorite game, Star Wars Battlefront. I'm not sure what to say.
Okay, what advice would you give yourself 10 years from now?
To work hard and get a good job.
Wow.
A good college.
What job do you want to have?
I want to make my own electronics company, or where you make computers and sell them.
That is wonderful. Thank you. Okay, tell us your name and how old you are.
I'm Ashton, 11 years old.
Okay. And what do you have?
This toy. It's Darth Vader from Star Wars.
Uh-huh.
Star Wars means a lot to me, so that's why I bought this.
Okay. And tell me, Ashton, if you had to give some advice to your future self, what would you tell your future self?
Eat healthy.
Eat healthy? That's good. So what do you want to be when you grow up?
I guess a gamer.
A what?
A gamer.
A gamer?
On Twitch or YouTube.
Cool. Okay, thank you.
I'm Grayson and I'm 13.
Okay, and so what do you have for the time capsule?
I have a picture of the 2018 Olympics.
Hold it up a little bit so I can see it. Oh, good.
And it's the Olympics of 2018, and it's 2018 Olympics, so we never don't have a 2018 Winter Olympics anyway again.
Mm-hmm. So where was the Olympics?
South Korea.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Grayson, if you had to give your future self some advice, what would you say?
Work as hard as I can and don't slack off.
That's perfect. Perfect. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Either a coder for video games or a robotic engineer.
Good. Thank you. Tell us your name and how old you are.
Lindsay Covarrubias, and I'm 12 years old.
Okay. So what do you have?
A Mexican flag, because my family comes from Mexico.
Uh-huh.
And it's my culture.
Uh-huh. Okay, so if you had to give your future self some advice, like the Lindsay who is 20, what would you tell her?
Stay positive.
Oh, that's perfect. So what do you want to be when you grow up?
A lawyer.
A lawyer. Well, great. Tell us your name and how old you are.
Hi, my name's Hallie Wyrick. I'm 15 years old.
What do you have for the time capsule?
I have a picture that my two friends, Jessie and Sophia, at Disney when we were scrunched up in a photo booth.
And so what advice would you give your future self? The future Hallie, she's 20. What would you say to her?
I guess stay positive and enjoy life.
That's perfect. So what do you want to be when you grow up?
A teacher.
A teacher. Good job, Hallie.
What am I supposed to say? Sorry. What am I supposed to say?
Yeah. What's your name and how old are you?
Okay. My name's Georgia, and I'm 17. And
what do you have for the time capsule?
I have a picture of my dog.
Of your dog? I love your dog.
He's my service dog.
What's his name?
Kirby.
Kirby. And so, Georgia, what advice would you give to a 20-year-old Georgia or a 25-year-old Georgia?
I would say, probably just keep going with what you do, like, hold on. Like, don't quit your job, probably.
Yeah, don't quit your job. What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a preschool teacher.
Oh, fun. Perfect. And thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Sophia and I'm 15 years old.
And so what advice would you give to a 25-year-old Sophia?
To be happy.
Be happy. And what do you want to be when you grow up, Sophia?
I haven't figured it out yet.
Well, you've still got time.
Yes.
Thank you. What's your name?
My name's Court.
How old are you?
16.
Okay. So what you got?
My fishing license.
Oh. And so what advice would you give to a 25-year-old Court?
Get your fishing license and start fishing.
So what do you want to be when you grow up?
Probably a welder.
A welder? Good job.
Hi, I'm Mary Claire and I'm 14.
Okay. And what do you have for the time capsule?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. So, okay, Mary Claire is now 25 years old. What advice would you give her?
Work hard.
Work hard. And so what do you want to be when you grow up?
Photographer.
Yeah, perfect.
My name is Austin Powell, and I am 16 years old.
Okay. So what you got, Austin?
I have my iPad.
So hold it up so we can see it. Okay? Good job.
Do you want me to tell you about it?
Yeah.
Okay. I love this thing to bits. And I really enjoy reading books on it. It's one of my more favorite things to do.
Okay.
On it. And that's why it's here at school with me.
Perfect. Okay, Austin is 24 years old. What advice would you give him? Your future Austin.
Don't be like my sister.
Oh. So what do you want to be when you grow up?
I don't know. I think maybe an engineer.
Sounds perfect. What's your name? How old are you?
My name is Jesse. I'm 16.
Okay. So Jesse, you're 26, 10 years in the future. What advice would you give that Jesse?
To stay focused.
Stay focused. So what do you want to do when you graduate?
Start my own business.
Do you have an idea of what business, or you just want to be an entrepreneur in some?
Just be an entrepreneur in some sense.
Okay, perfect. What's your name? How old are you?
My name is Jacob Clayton, and I'm 14 years old.
Uh-huh.
And my favorite time capsule is Spider-Man Homecoming.
I saw that just the other day. It was good. So, okay, Jacob, you're now 25 years old. What advice would you give that 25-year-old Jacob? You're talking to him. You're saying, hey, buddy, this is what you need to be doing.
I'm not 25.
I know, but what advice would you give that guy? Your future self. What advice would you give him? Work hard, stay true to yourself, what?
I could say about an actor.
I'm sorry?
An actor.
Oh, you want to be an actor?
Yeah, the actor that guy who played as Spider-Man.
Okay.
He is Tom Holland.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
My name is Zoe and I'm 11 years old.
Okay. And what do you have?
I have a pencil just because I love writing cursive, and your teacher and Miss Marie's been helping me a lot with cursive, and it just inspired me just to write cursive.
To write cursive? And so what advice would you give to the future Zoe? You're talking to the future Zoe.
Not to fail in life.
Don't fail in life.
Choose the right things.
Do the right things. And what do you want to be when you grow up?
Be a counselor to help kids.
How old? Perfect.
My name is Alex Warren, and I am 10 years old.
Okay. So what do you have there, Alex?
I have the new Beyblade Stadium and my 3 Beyblades.
Uh-huh. What is a Beyblade?
These.
Oh, cool. Okay. So what advice would you give to your future Alex? What if you're talking to him or you wanted to write down in a letter for the future Alex, what advice would you give him?
That if you fail, if you lose in a match, just keep on trying and never give up. Because practice makes perfect.
That is wonderful. So what do you want to be when you grow up, Alex?
An IT tech.
I'm William and I am 10.
Okay. So what you got there, William?
A fidget spinner.
And why is that one so special?
Because I can pop this out and it can move when it's on the ground.
Oh, that's really cool. So what advice would you give yourself for the future? Maybe work hard or stay positive, something like that?
Work hard.
What else? Hey, well, okay, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh, okay.
President.
The president? No. Good job. You're Addison, and how old are you? 10. So, Addison, what do you want to be when you grow up? Oh, what did you say?
A nurse.
Oh, a nurse. Perfect. So what advice would you give yourself when you're in college and you want to be a nurse? So what would you tell that Addison to help give her some advice? Maybe work hard. Work hard. Perfect. Thank you so much. And go.
My name is Annette.
Uh-huh.
My dad and my man
like a big old reunion.
Yeah.
Here.
I'll be here.
At Longstreet Cafe? You do that every morning before school with Daddy?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's the
Good deal. Thank you.